So, hi again. Today we're gonna talk about the distinctions of safety and trust as part of our Essence of Facilitation preparation. And I will ask Ross a couple of questions using one of the frameworks that we use in our course. So, Ross, what was your recent experience in a group?
Thanks, Simon. So I've had a great experience in a group recently that relates to the distinction of safety and trust. So we brought a really diverse group of people together, um, uh, and we're working with a process that involved really slowing down. We asked and we encouraged the groups not to focus on solutions, not even to delve into understanding the problem, but to spend some time on listening and on sharing stories as a way of moving into this work. And the aspect of safety and trust was that process of working really slowly created safety for some of our participants and enabled them to really engage deeply. For others, it actually had the reverse effect in that perhaps there was a sense of a lack of trust that this process would get to outcomes that actually prevented them from being able to fully engage in what we were doing.
Okay, so you noticed that the distinction of safety was missing for some people, but not for others. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right. So, as a reflective practice as a facilitator, when you think about the concepts of safety and trust, how do you understand safety and trust in groups? Or what do you know about it?
Right. So the first thing that I know about safety and trust is that it's dynamic. It's something that is built over time and throughout a group working together, and it can also be eroded over time. I guess the other thing I understand is that it's different for different people.
So, knowing that and then having your experience, what insights did you gain out of that reflection?
So the insight for me is that in order to create safety and trust for a whole group, that there needs to be some explicit focus on creating the way of working together that enables that safety and trust for all people.
Okay, so then on a practical step, how would you generate safety and trust if you use one of those learnings?
Right. So the Zenergy process of culture setting is a great way for us to build that safety and trust. The conversation around getting a group to identify how can we work together in a way that creates safety and trust for all participants, and in having that conversation around that, generating the ideas of how we might work together, and then coming to an agreement as a group about how we do this.
Yeah, I find that really fascinating because culture, we all bring in our own culture. And it sounds like in your example, you as facilitators were really creating safety for one culture of the group, but not for other people that came with a different culture into the meeting. And so creating a unique culture as part of that unique group and that diverse group together might have helped you to create safety for everyone. Is this what you're saying?
Well, perhaps it is a little bit about creating a culture that works for everyone, um, but in acknowledging that we were deliberately creating an environment where some people would be uncomfortable, being able to work with them to to understand how we could have a safe conversation that could be uncomfortable for some people, rather than the expectation that it would be uncomfortable and expect that they would come on the journey with us.
Yeah, I love it. So it's not giving up your intention and your process as a facilitator, but it's taking the people along on the journey and asking them what they need to feel safe to go on to the journey.
Absolutely.
What a fantastic insight. Thank you, Ross. So we still have a few spaces on our Essence of Facilitation. You can click on the link below to read a little bit more about it, and we see you on the next video. Bye.
Thanks, someone.